everybody. As you know, it's festival season coming up, and I'm not talking about Glastonbury or the Isle of Wight festival, though fabulous they may be. In my world, people, there are yarn festivals, and that is where all the cool kids hang out. Hi, I'm Sarah from Anna Boo's house, and I'm back on camera. I can't believe I'm doing it again, but here I am. And I'm going to talk to you today about yarn festivals. Did you know there was such a thing? There's quite a few, and they are up and down the country. You can find the Edinburgh Festival, which is on really soon. There's Big Yarndale, which is on in September time up in Yorkshire. And I've just been to Unravel in Farnham. It's probably my closest yarn festival, and it's the first one of the year, the start of the season. And I went with a few of my yarny friends, which is totally the way to do it in my mind. Booked a hotel, we went for the weekend, and it was absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to show you some of the things I bought, and I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about festivals, especially if you've never been to one, what you can expect and what you can do there as well. Okay, so to start off with, I said earlier there are yarn festivals up and down the country across the year. So we've got the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, we've got the Knitting and Stitching Show, we've got, I'm reading off a list as you can probably tell, I've got Wonderwool, and that's in Wales. We've got Woolfest, there's Fibre East, and there's tons more. I'll put links in the show notes to a website where you can find out where one is locally to you. They cost around £10 for a ticket. It's always worth booking beforehand if you can. Not that I've ever seen anyone being turned away, but you sometimes get your tickets a little bit cheaper if you do it that way. You know, it's just easier to sort out. So one thing you can expect at yarn festivals are all sorts of workshops, seminars, talks. It can be your favourite designer perhaps that's talking, it can be learning a new skill. What I would say is it's definitely worth booking those online. They tend to sell out really, really quickly. Obviously spaces are limited. So that's something else you can expect to do there. Another thing you can expect, which I was not expecting when I went for the first time last year, my friend Chrissy took me to Unravel, and it was the first yarn festival I'd been to, was the queues. There will be queues. There are tons and tons of people like-minded as we are, into yarn, into knitting, crochet and everything else, and they will queue. There are masses of people. It's brilliant for people watching because there is everybody in their knitted and crocheted beautiful garments, some a bit more wacky than others. Definitely worth having a good look though. Once you're inside, you can pick up, obviously you'll have a programme, so that's my Unravel programme, and it will tell you, it's usually got a little map, and it will tell you where everybody is, who's there, which is really good when you've seen a brilliant yarn and you think, I'll go back later. Where were they? Especially somewhere like the Unravel, because it was at Farnham Maltings, which is a series of rooms all over the place, so a map is absolutely invaluable in finding your way around. So you'll get your programme, you can buy usually a souvenir bag, great for all those yarny purchases you're going to make. And then once you get into the main hall or wherever it's been held, you will see the most beautiful yarns stretching pretty much as far as the eye can see. You'll see independent dyers, spinners, people that are producing things to help you with your knitting or crochet, whether it be hooks, pins, needles, you name it, you can pretty much get anything you want, and all the lovely accessories as well, necklaces, brooches, pins, you know, everything is on offer there. You'll find all sorts of things. So I'm going to show you some of the yarn that I've bought at yarn festivals. As I said, the first time I went was last year. I've been to Unravel just recently as well, and I also went to Yarndale in the summer, which was fabulous, and I think they're all brilliant. So do go along, do support your local yarn show wherever it is. I'm really struggling with the light today because I live in England and it's 1 minute it's sunny and 1 minute it's cloudy, so I'll try and do the best I can today, and I'm going to try and show you some close-ups of some of the amazing yarn that I've picked up as well. So one of the things I said is that you will find independent dyers and producers and spinners. You'll also find some pretty mainstream high street, what I call high street brands of yarn as well, which is absolutely brilliant because it's always great to go and see what these yarns are like in real life, in real daylight, as opposed to just always on the screen when you're buying them. So that's brilliant too. It's a great mix of diversity there, I guess. Okay, so this is a yarn I bought last year. from Unravel, no, from Yarndale. And it's, well, with all yarn now, you can buy it all online, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is Silk Blend Manos de Uruguay. And what I like about this yarn is obviously because it's beautiful colours, really, really stunning yarn. And I think it was only £6, which it really kind of drew me in as well. It's on special offer. So it's a really beautiful yarn, and it's produced in Uruguay by a cooperative of women who are given opportunities to work. So it's one of those fantastic stories behind the yarn, which is always really, really interesting to find out. What I made with it were these little mitts, because I don't know about you, but sometimes this kind of yarn, as beautiful as it is, can sometimes just be a bit tricky to crochet with and to find the right stitch. So I made these little mitts with it. I shall put them on. There is a free pattern for these on my blog, which I will link to show you. So there you are, you can see all the different colours. They're quite crazy, but I do really like them. And you also, with these yarns, get this kind of colour pooling, so you're not always sure where that's going to happen. It's one of those things about using multicoloured yarn. But I think this pattern, it is quite busy, but I do think it works quite well. So that's actually a thing I have made. So I'm really pleased with that. Really fantastic yarn. This time at Unravel, I found the most unusual yarn. I've never seen anything like it before. Here it is. I bought two colours. And this is from the Unique Yarns company. And again, they're online, they have an Etsy shop. It's glow-in-the-dark yarn. Yep, glow-in-the-dark. So one of them's a cotton. I think the green is a cotton, and I think the pink is a cotton blend with viscose. And you have to charge them up, so just under a normal light, and then at night time they're going to glow, and I can really tell that green one's going to be amazing. So my plan for these, and some of the other YouTubers have bought this as well, so it'd be great to see what they make. I think I'm going to make some sort of stars, maybe something like that, to hang from the kids' lights in their bedroom, so they'll charge up when the lights are on, and then hopefully they won't be too scary. They'll just provide a nice kind of glow. I'll keep you up to date on that. I'll have a play with those and see how they work. So that's amazing, amazing yarn. Another yarn I picked up last year at Unravel, and in fact I went back to buy some more this year because it's just been so lovely to work with. I haven't made much, but is this yarn. Now this, it's just in a ball at the moment. It's a bit tricky to see. It's loads and loads of beautiful purples and greys, and I've actually started to make a thing with it. Because like I said, sometimes these multicoloured yarns can be a bit tricky to crochet with. And I'm working on a shawl, I think this is going to be. I started it quite a while ago, well, a long time ago. And I want to make a big triangle that then reduces in back the other side. That's my plan. And I made half of it and then realised it just wasn't going to be long enough. So I had to frog it, rip it all back and start again. But the stitching, I'll try and do a little close up. I hope the camera can get it. It's just beautiful. It's so well defined. The yarn is really nicely twisted, and it just means it's just lovely to work with. So I was really keen to go back and get some more, and it's Whimsy yarns, and this is what it looks like. Obviously this is a different colour, but I love this colourway. I just thought it was, oh, the sun's come out. It's so pretty, and it's got beautiful kind of stone colours. It's not the usual colours I would choose at all, but it's got lovely greys and browns, sort of oranges and yellows, and I'm really looking forward to doing something similar probably with this yarn. So it's they call it a fingering weight, so it's a really lightweight yarn. I know a lot of the girls that I went with are looking to make socks and things. Well, I'm not really a very good knitter at all, so I would make a shawl with that, a crochet shawl. So really, really beautiful. Now last year I went a bit mad for Sparkle Duck yarns. Sparkle Duck have the most beautiful yarns. Here's their little tag with a little ducky on. And this one is called Lucy. It's a beautiful mix of, let me read, silk, wool and stellina, which I guess is all the sparkly stuff. It's got a really subtle sparkle. I hope you can see that on there. And it's these really lovely shades of greys and lilacs and creams. And I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. Something scarfy or shawly. I'm not entirely sure. How much have I got? Probably 600 meters. 600 meters. So yeah, that would definitely make a good scarf or shawl, and it's kind of like a 4-ply, I would guess. Probably tells me on there. No, it doesn't, but it's about that. It's thinner than a double knit anyway, but absolutely beautiful. Really enjoying that colour. And another one I bought from Sparkle Dark last year as well, there they are, is this one's called Pulsar, and it's beautifully soft, and I absolutely love, and I really do hope the camera can pick that up, these really lovely kind of peacock colours. And I think something shawly or scarfy or something a bit like that would work really, really well in that. Not quite so much in that, I don't think it's about 400 metres, so a light little shawlette or something would be beautiful. I'm going to have hundreds of shawls, I don't care, I love them. That brings me to this year, and you ever do that thing where you go to the shops and you buy a top that's really similar to a top you already have? Well, I kind of did that with yarn, and I don't think I'm the only person that does that. So I've ended up buying something a bit similar, but really different. And this one is really, I love this stand. This is from Rosie's Moments, and all her yarn came with a little sachet of lavender, which just smells absolutely divine. And she had some beautiful yarn. She had some lovely sparkly yarn. She had a fantastic Unravel yarn, which was the same colour as the programmes, the purples and creams, really beautiful. Chrissy Crafts has mentioned that on her YouTube channel, so do have a look if you want to see that. But this, I mean, it's just lovely too, isn't it? It's quite a really thin lace weight, but again worked up on a bigger hook, maybe with a, I don't know, some sort of, I'm going to say shawl again, I don't know. I just really like it. It's beautiful. And in a complete change to the other colours I have on my table, I think, yes, I chose something in pinks. It's kind of going to match what I'm wearing. Pink does seem to be a really on-trend colour at the moment. I hate saying that word, but you know exactly what I mean. I've seen it a lot in the shops. I'm wearing it, obviously. And I wanted a yarn that would be a bit playful with that. So I actually went for this yarn. It's beautifully soft, I have to say. This one is from the Knitting Shed, I think. Yeah, really lovely. And I don't know if you can see all the different colours that are in that. I hope the light's picking it up. So I've got pinks and creams and a sort of beige taupe in there as well. Just beautifully soft. It's baby alpaca and silk, just to give you a little clue. And it really is really beautiful. So I'm super looking forward to that. Okay, so as well as picking up gorgeous yarn, you can also buy lots of other things. And I bought something last year, which has been a really good investment. This yarn, also from last year's, I want to say Unravel, but I'm not sure that it was. No, I think it was Yarndale. Really beautiful Eden Cottage yarns, and I love the yellow and the blue. Yellow's not really a colour I'd ever go for usually, but I think with this pale blue it really, really works well. What I absolutely love, so I caked my yarn for this project I'm working on, because then I can stick it on my sticky thing. It's got a proper name, can't remember it, but it turns around as you use the yarn. It's absolutely brilliant, and it saves it rolling all over the floor. It's just a different way to use it, and I absolutely love it. It's so well made. It's from Doodle Stop. I'll put all the links in the show notes, as I said before. And gosh, I really haven't made a very good start with this. There it is. It's pathetic, really. Obviously it's going to be another shawl. I love shawls. But there we are. I think it's really pretty. I love the blue and the yellow together. Really kind of beachy. We'll see. I'm not quite convinced. I haven't done very much yet. We'll see how I get on with that, I think. I nearly forgot to tell you about another yarn that I bought last year at Unravel. Unfortunately, the seller wasn't at Unravel this year, and she wasn't at Yarndale, but I do know she's from Budapest in Hungary, and her yarn is called Billum, and it's absolutely beautiful. She has an Etsy shop. Do have a look. It's just stunning. And I bought this beautiful gradient yarn. Now, gradient yarn is something that I think is becoming much more popular now. Certainly when I bought it last year, I hadn't really seen anything like it before. And she had the most beautiful cakes of yarn that very slowly dyed from one colour to the next. So you just get a really gradual change of colour. Absolutely stunning. Now, I can't show you it because I've already made something with it. And yes, I made a shawl, and I'm really thrilled. It's the front cover of Inside Crochet at the moment. So there you can see it, the beautiful model wearing my shawl, and I'm hoping that you can see how the colours fade really gradually from a dark grey at the bottom to a very pale, yes, you can just about see a really pale green at the top, and it was just beautiful yarn. It's so, so lovely. I know she still makes very similar colours, but you're also, I think, going to be able to find gradient yarn very soon, much more readily available. I know that Shepyesh, apologies to anyone that can say that properly, that's my version, they are producing a beautiful yarn called Whirl, which is going to be out very soon. I think it's March, and that's a gradient yarn, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that, because I think for crochets particularly, it comes in a long length. I think it comes in 1,000 meters, which is just amazing for a crochet. You know how yarn eating crochet is, to have that kind of length of a gradient change. So I'm really, really excited to have a look at that when that's available. There are others as well. I think I've seen Karen cakes. They're little smaller cakes of yarn as well that are gradient. So I'm looking forward to trying some of these. And as I say, I think it's going to be quite a big thing maybe this year. We'll see it probably. Okay, so what other things am I up to at the moment? Well, I've got a ton of design commissions on at the moment. February has been the most crazy month. You can see lots of my things in magazines, which is brilliant. And I didn't show you either. My little koala is also there on the front page of Inside Crochet. I'm doing quite a bit of amigurumi work at the moment for magazines and publications, so that's keeping me very busy. And another thing I'm doing, and you won't believe it if you've been following me on Instagram and things, because I am a crocheter, but I have actually started some knitting. I'm super proud of this. I can't begin to tell you. My plan is, well, not my plan, I'm following a pattern because obviously I haven't got a clue. It's a pattern for a cardigan. If it's successful, I will share it with you, because I wouldn't want to do the pattern designer any kind of disservice. But I'm pretty impressed with that so far. It's beautiful wool that I'm using, and in fact it is the Women's Institute, and it's called Soft and Chunky, and it really is soft and it really is chunky. It's working out really beautifully. The great thing about knitting, I am no expert as you obviously know, is that I'm amazed at how far the yarn goes. With crocheting, it's eaten up in a second. So I'm really enjoying this. I haven't dropped any stitches yet, and I've got my mum on hand to come and save the day and to remind me how to do things like cast off, and I have no idea. I'm a total novice. So maybe you'll see me actually wearing this one day in a video. Maybe not for a while. Let's see how we get on with that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that today, listening to my ramblings about yarn and the yarn festivals. I do hope you find a yarn festival near you and can perhaps find the time to go along. You'll really, really love it if you've never been before. They're great fun. I can recommend thoroughly taking friends and going out for lunch and staying over in a hotel. It makes a real, real lovely weekend of it. I have other YouTube tutorials. There's a little subscribe button down here somewhere if you want to subscribe to my channel and keep up with all the sorts of things that I'm up to. And I look forward to sharing with you some new projects that I'm working on and some huge wool that has arrived in the post, and I mean huge. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Hi there, I've taken the camera off the mount so you can see a little bit more behind the scenes, and it's chaos. I'm not a proper YouTuber, as you can probably tell. There's the table full of stuff. Telly's on the floor, it should be on here, look, with the basket and the table. I've had to stop the clock from ticking. Oh, look at look. It's a lovely mess. I have a clock. Where is it? That should be ticking. I've had to turn it off because otherwise it would bong like mad and drive us all crazy. And here's the mad dog. Lola. Lola. Hello, Lola. She's looking at the shadows on the floor because she is crazy. Say hello, everybody. See ya. Bye.